If your house could talk, what would it say?
You rely on me to keep your lights on and your gadgets charged. But what happens when the power goes out? I can't do it alone. I need backup.
Call A1 Air during our Season to Save sales event and get a reliable home generator installed today. Save up to $3,000 on a new generator system. Don't wait. Keep your power on all season long.
Gotta love that backup.
Guaranteed right, day or night.
some brief news.
All right, that's cool. I'll start off like normal. Are we unmuted? Can you close that door really quick? Let me know when we're on.
Let me get that document open. Hold up.
Okay.
Like some of this stuff is just from 2024 men, but I'm just doing what I like.
Yeah.
Oh, I think she might play at Wyoming now. There's a lot of D1 girls, man, for Austin. So it's easier to find the information because the D1 clubs usually have more info. But
yeah, that's true. Just find what you can. Say the same thing you were gonna say.
Yeah, just say
At the start.
Yeah, we're good. She's British.
Let me know.
Okay, I will. Okay, I'll give y'all a 30-second countdown.
Word.
Let's see. Okay. 20 seconds. 15. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1.
Welcome in, everybody. Alongside Noah Barron, I'm Alessandro Vasquez. This afternoon, the Fort Worth Vaqueras faced the Austin Rise in their season opener, a familiar foe that the Vaqueras faced twice last year and were unable to rise above. They'll be facing the Rise once more at the opposite end of the regular season.
Thank you, Murphy, Texas Proud. Thank you.
Now in the Vaqueras' second year being a part of the WPSL, they've moved to Doscasile Stadium at Nolan Catholic High School. Noah, it's your first cap as a Vaquero. What are you most excited for in today's matchup?
Hi, everyone, and thank you, Alessandro. It's a blessing to be here on this beautiful Saturday, getting the opportunity to be part of such an amazing organization. I'm looking forward to seeing how the Vaqueras line up today for the first match day of the season. Coming off an exciting inaugural season that year, the Vaqueras will certainly want to build off that and begin to establish themselves as a mainstay in the WPSL and challenge for a potential playoff spot. I'm especially looking forward to seeing what the coaching staff has in store, especially new head coach Sergio Bernal. I'm interested to see how Bernal uses his professional experience and knowledge to lead this Vaqueras team this summer. With a much changed, new and exciting squad than last summer, Bernal will surely be looking at finding some new stars and leaders on this team.
seems like the Vaqueras have won the coin toss and choose the right side of your screen as their first half field. The Vaqueras in the blue and white, and Austin Rise in the red and white.
Yeah, and I think what the Vaqueras can do today in order to get a result against Austin is definitely going to be getting on the front foot early. I think they're really good in a pressing style of play. And so when they can get forward quickly and press Austin back and get an early goal, I think that's going to be their key to victory today.
And we'll see how Austin responds. It's their Lone Star Conference opener. Last year, they beat the Vaqueras twice with more than 2 goals on each. They ended their season in a playoff loss against Oklahoma City with 2 goals in the first 35 and the third coming in the 75th. The Vaqueras, on the other hand, they lost 2-1 to South Star FC at the Pioneer Soccer Stadium. All 3 goals came after the 75th minute when the Vaqueras got on the score sheet first in the 77th off of a penalty kick. And South Star's Gonzalez and Welsh responded just 10 minutes later in the 82nd and 85th minute.
Yeah, I think Austin is a team filled with D1 talent, and taking the field will be a big challenge for the Vaqueras, so we'll see if they're up for that today.
Austin Rise will start off with the ball. Austin just shifting it over to their left side, now playing it back into the middle. Looking for an early attack. No one there, it's into the hands of Addison Huber. Addison lays it off. The Vaqueras looking to build it out, play it back. Now with their number 7, Emma Best. Looking for a pass up front. Finds Grace Berry. Back to Sierra Padilla. Now still playing it back. Get it up over to the right wing. And find an open space on the left wing. But just too hard, it goes out.
Hey, folks, we're really good for the best Vaqueros fans tonight. Be the loudest, most enthusiastic. Share your support, and you can win a custom-made Vaqueros Charro sombrero from Logo Charro. Who's our Charro of the match?
Referee plays the advantage still with the Vaqueras. Finding their right wing, trying to build it up through the middle, lands with Austin center back. Playing it back to Liesl Tetzemeyer. And strong pressure from the Vaqueras' left wing. Number 15, Sherika Virtue.
Yeah, and it looks like early the Vaqueras are coming out in sort of a 3-5-2 system. They're going to look to get forward with their wingbacks here, and Austin are going to match them in a 4-3-3 shape, hoping to maintain possession and find those through balls like we saw early already.
Austin now just trying to maintain that ball, playing it back and shift it left and right. Trying to see how far the Vaqueras are willing to put that press up and let go of the spaces they were in.
Yeah, and you see when the Vaqueras are defending, they're defending almost in a back four and having a sweeper-stopper kind of look here. That's to hopefully give the false sense of security in a way to start that trigger press. And when the ball comes out wide, the Vaqueras are going to send those wingbacks in and hopefully snag the ball and get a goal off the counter.
Now with Tetzemeyer. And a nice move by Ryan to send that one up to their forward. Well defended to get that one out and let go of the attack that they were starting to build up.
Something to look out for both teams is they appear to be quite narrow when defending, so those long balls to switch to the opposite wings could be on here.
Visit the Vaqueros social media. Share your images and use the hashtag #SomosVaqueras for tonight's match.
Now Emma T takes on a Vaquera, takes a second, lays it off, tries to get it back to Emma, finds it, stays with it, steps on it, the Vaqueras win it back. Now the Vaqueras on the attack. Getting it through their left side, it's the Vaqueras number 14. No call, it'll be a corner. First corner of the game for the Vaqueras.
Yeah, and they look pretty evenly matched up in terms of height. So I think it will be interesting to see if the Vaqueras can use some aerial presence here to get an early goal. A goal here would really set a good tone for them and allow them to have some more freedom throughout the game.
Yeah, and just 4 minutes into the game, it'll really set the tone like they have been doing defensively, not letting Austin get up there and make any plays. The Vaqueras have been mostly on Austin's half. They played short. Now at the Vaqueras 8, looking for a cross. Off of Austin's number 2, and it'll be a throw-in.
And I don't mind that short little ball there just to test them, see if they're on their toes. Just give it some different looks here, and they can whip the next one in, maybe the blocks, and catch Austin off guard.
Thrown in the box, near the penalty spot. Now in the 6-yard, Vaquera going for it, and it goes out wide after a deflection.
Yeah, and that's the early press I did talk about. The Vaqueras are going to look to get on that front foot and press, especially now that Austin look a little shaky in the back, some poor passes and poor decisions. I think that can lead to the Vaqueras nicking an early, easy goal just like that.
Austin trying to find someone up top. Lands with Vaquera's number 11, Piper Garcia. Laying it off to Addison Huber. Huber to Emma Best. Best lays it off to Sierra Padilla. With a little cutback, now looking for the play forward, playing positively. And intercepted by Austin's number 21. Or correction, 20. Cambry. Now again looking for a pass forward. Austin trying to put some pressure up top.
And also just like a little slow. They may be off the pace. You know, they did have a little bit of an away trip, but the Vaqueras are playing at their home stadium. So that could definitely lead to some early issues for the Austin Rise.
And it's a new stadium, a new league, Doscassil Stadium at Nolan Catholic High School, like we mentioned last match with the Vaqueros. This view is incredible, just getting to see almost the north part of Fort Worth. I mean, Noah, you're from here. Is this nice or what?
Yeah, I mean, this is an amazing facility, and everyone's truly blessed to play here and to be here just in the booth with you here. I mean, it's an amazing view and just an amazing venue. An amazing game of football should be in store for us. I think number 5, Alessandra Maldonado, will be a key player for the Vaqueras today. Coming out of Sam Houston State University, a D1 athlete, I think that she could lead the Vaqueras forward, being a new signing this year.
Yeah, no, this season she had 15 games played and she started in 9. I mean, it must say something about herself as a player. Now with Emma Best, looking for that pass forward. Takes it up, lays it off to their number 14, Kaylee Nguyen. Stills with her. Vaqueras just focusing on their left side, haven't really prioritized that right side attack much, but it's been working. I mean, there's some defensive mishaps over on that right side.
Yeah, I think Emma Best is another senior player that's going to be strong for them, has a little bit of experience, and I think that she's going to really hold that back line well. I think this defensively, the Vaqueras are pretty strong. They are missing their starting goalkeeper, Jesse Curry, today, but I think they will be pretty strong defensively, and that could be a key for them.
Of our team jerseys.
And back to what I was saying about Emma Best, a recent transfer to the University of Texas at Dallas from Lubbock Christian, starting all 18 matches. So you have to think someone with that level of experience in this young team is going to be something that can definitely help the Vaqueras this season, and especially in a game with a tough opponent like Austin.
Yeah, no, it's interesting to see. I mean, Austin is a roster full of Division I talent. And not to say that the Vaqueras don't have it, but there's a mix. There's that Division I level and that D2 and D3 level, and even high schoolers at this level. It's incredible to see, and we'll see how those kind of different environments can change and impact this match. Now Austin winning it back, looking to play forward. And kick up by the Vaqueras lands with Austin's number 8.
And I think it's interesting so far that both teams are almost kind of probing. No team's really going for it yet. The Vaqueras haven't started their full-out press. We've only seen it on one occasion. And Austin seemed content to just sit back here and get the ball when they have it. I think it's an odd shape to have them going out as they're on the attack right here.
And now Austin near the top of the box, finding their right wing. Under the legs of Austin's right winger. It'll be a throw-in for the Vaqueras.
And yeah, like I was saying, neither team really has a clear-cut opportunity yet. They're both content to sit back. They're kind of feeling each other out like boxers, waiting to put the big blow on.
Now Austin finding that passing lane. Their number 21 takes a shot into the hands of Addison Huber. A low-driven shot and an easy one for Addison to pick up. Addison now a staple. She was a Division I goalkeeper at Colorado State University.
It's interesting to see that both teams are kind of staying away from the far side of the field, away from us. We haven't seen a lot of the Vaqueras attack build from the right side, and interestingly enough, we haven't seen a lot of the attack build through the left side of Austin Rise. So maybe that's a game plan, saving that later for the game, or that's just how the game is flowing right now.
Austin trying to build it up through the middle. Nothing there. Vaqueras keep it. Lands with Addison Huber, who tries playing it through her left, and it goes out.
Yeah, it's a windy day here, hot and windy, so the ball will travel in some ways, and it also will be held up by the wind. So playing the ball short passes on the ground and just playing it out like that, it's not a bad idea, especially playing against the wind. It's a correction. I believe the Vaqueras have the wind at their back for this half.
Scuffle between both teams lands with Austin. Austin now building through their left side. It's their number 10. Emma T trying to play it through the middle, lays it off, back with Emma. Emma dribbling through the middle, taking one, lays it off. Now Austin just playing back, now looking for their left side. Kind of a similar trend that we've been seeing whenever they have the ball, and it's just shift the ball left and right. Look for an opening that possibly we can get through.
Yeah, and again, like I said, just probing the Vaqueras, trying to find out where their weak spots are, where they can be attacked, and what spots are they a little bit stronger in.
And it was well done by Lauren Westwood to get that foot out, kind of slide and get that one out before Vaquera forward was able to get that one and go one-on-one with the keeper.
Yeah, and that's something about playing possession. If your passes aren't sharp, you are susceptible to being intercepted and turning into a counterattack, which is the type of style the Vaqueras like to play, getting the ball there and looking to counter forward with bodies.
Now Austin trying to build that from the back, but the Vaqueras doing a good enough job to get that bun off and try and get a shot on target. Gets deflected. Austin tries playing it through the middle and now the left, and it goes out. It'll be a throw-in for the Vaqueras.
Yeah,
Long ball into the box.
And if I look at the shape here now, the Vaqueras almost have stayed in a four-back. They're not sending the left forward as much as the game has gone on. I wonder if that will change, or that is due to the hot conditions there are today.
Austin wins it back. They're number 7. And done well by Austin's defense. Picks it up. Moves it back to their back line now on the right side. With their number 3, Ryan. Ryan looking for that pass in the middle. Finds it. With a nice little turn. Vaqueras win it back. Now Austin driving through the right side. It's with their number 10, Emma, who lays it off with a back heel to number 3. Now looking for that pass into the middle. No one. And into the hands of Addison.
Yeah, number 3 for Austin, Ryan. She definitely seems a senior player on the team, a senior at St. Edward's University. Division II team, another solid conference they play in as well, playing teams such as Lubbock and Midwestern State. So I think she's one of the senior players on Austin, so it'll be interesting to see how she goes against some of the younger players on the left side for the Vaqueras.
This substitution in the 16th minute for the Vaqueras is brought to you by BKV Energy.
An early substitution there for the Vaqueras. You have to think, is that a tactical switch, or do you think that is just due to the hot conditions?
I mean, I understand so much the heat. It's just, I mean, I don't know how it gets here in Texas, but in Florida, there's not really that much of a temperature change. Yeah, sure, we saw some snow flurries for the first time, but I mean, it really shouldn't be changing you that much and changing how you play, especially with a few months now kind of acclimating to that heat. I mean, how is it here in Texas?
Yeah, I mean, definitely as a player, it depends on the facility you're playing at. Nolan here, beautiful facility, but it is turf, and turf can really get to you. I know, I mean, I would say it probably is 90 degrees here right now, and I guarantee you it probably feels about 100 and 105 on that pitch. So just on an off day when you're not well hydrated, it can be an issue as the Vaqueras go on the attack here. Austin haven't been able to conjure up anything with these long balls. All of them have been cut out by the Vaqueras defense, especially Emma Best. She's playing really well early, despite that commentator's curse of a rough pass there.
Now 17 minutes into the game, and still 0-0, something different from the Vaqueras. Last year, the Vaqueras lost twice to Austin Rise, and by more than 2 goals. This year, it seems like the Vaqueras have changed. Something in them, or it could just be the players, have now tactically been stacked and have done a good job at creating their opportunities, looking for those passing lanes, and getting themselves into dangerous positions.
Yeah, one thing about this Vaqueras coaching staff is they believe firmly in their tactics. So in the short time they've had together, they're really going to try to drill these tactics into these girls to better help them have a strong season.
You know, and it's interesting you say that. I mean, we're looking at head coach Sergio Bernal, and he's coming from Mexico City. He's an ex-professional player, and he was a goalkeeper. He played over 500 games in Liga MX for Unam Pumas over the span of 21 years. So, you know, we're talking about experience. We're talking about these different players. Sure, maybe this team hasn't had that time to conjure up those connections, but with a talented coach that has seen all of those games at a professional level, there's bound to be some change. And the Vaqueras, a mishap in the back. But Huber able to clear that one well. Nothing really coming out of that mishap. And the referee raises his flag. It'll be an offside. First one of the game called on Austin Rice. It'll be a free kick for the Vaqueras.
Yeah, and that bad pass was number 11, Piper Garcia, a high school senior. And it's interesting to see how these seniors in high school, you know, being younger, 17, 18 years old, are going to be able to compete against these older girls as the Vaqueras go on the attack. But it's going to be interesting to see how they can fight against some of these older girls, 23, 24, still developing players. It's going to be interesting to see how they can interact with these girls that are fully developed and have several years of more experience.
Austin sending one up. Kicked back by Piper Garcia.
Well done there.
And it's good to see the Vaqueras being able to handle themselves well, especially when they have the pressure. They can build out from the back, they can switch the play, and they can just know when to clear that one out.
Yeah, you can kind of see some early understanding here as the Vaqueras make a substitution, but Piper did fill in at center back there as instead of her usual left back role. And Emma Best actually came out to get forward for left back there. So it's interesting to see if there's maybe a flowing system of concurrent movement for the Vaqueras.
Austin throwing stays with them, now shifting it over to their middle. With a mistake, center back steps over it. Austin tries taking it, and the Vaqueras get a foot on it, and it'll be a foul. It'll be Austin's ball. Now play to the right side.
Yeah, and I think a key player here for Austin Rice, we've already seen her involved early, is number 10, Emma Torres. She's Texas Tech's number 10, a midfielder that had a great freshman season playing 13 games for them. However, she did battle a knee injury through a lot of the season. So it's interesting to see now if that knee injury kind of heals, as you see that right or that left knee wrapped up with a brace, seeing if she'll be able to get back to her best here in this WPSL season.
Seems like the Vaqueras is going to be making a substitution.
Substitution for the Vaqueras in the 23rd minute.
Coming in, it's Grace Berry. And coming off, it's Genevieve Dorsami. Grace Berry, a Division I player from Tarleton State University. Austin now looking for that space up through the middle. Their striker making a run. Ryan laying it off to the right side. looking for their 4 and into the hands of Huber.
Watch out for the long punt here.
Headed by Austin, it's one for the races. The Vaqueras trying to get there and off of them. It'll be an Austin throw-in.
And there it is, though. That punt from Huber got them all the way up the pitch. When you let a ball bounce like that in these windy conditions, it can really spell trouble for your back line. I think that's something that the Vaqueras are going to try to exploit this half and going to have to watch out for Austin in the second half.
And a good slide tackle. Austin staying with it. Looking for a way through the left side, nothing. And good pressure from the Vaqueras. It'll be their throw-in.
Still not a lot happening through that far side of the field here. I wonder if they're ready to exploit that in the next half, or that's just something that both teams are kind of testing out still at this moment.
Now with Amaya Grace. Grace looking for that long ball. Gets it into the box. Off of a head of Vaquera, landing at the top. The Vaqueras stay with it. Now giving away to Austin. Austin looking for a way to build up. Find it. Intercepted by Emma Best. Now trying to shift it. Now with the number 10 for the Vaqueras. Now on the right wing. Get a cross off into the box. And it goes wide. It'll be a goal kick for the Austin Rise. And the referee calls for a water break just 25 minutes into the game. We'll be right back on the Vaqueras YouTube channel after this 2 to 3 minute water break.
Well, we don't want movie night to be Lights Out, the sequel.
Don't get left in the dark. Phone the Gnome. Get up to $3,000 off when you get a new generator installed with Willard. Schedule service online at willardac.com or phone the Gnome 972-968-8888.
Big or small, Willard handles it all.
And our high performance academies and our boys and girls youth club. We are one of the few adult soccer clubs that is based and 100% operated out of Fort Worth, and we continue to provide more opportunities for the youth of Fort Worth. To learn more about our youth and academy programs, visit our website at www.fortworthvaqueros.com. Hey, Fort Worth, we're looking for the best Vaqueras fan tonight. Be the loudest and most enthusiastic. Share your support, and you could win a custom-made Vaqueras Charro sombrero from Lobo Charro. Who's our Charro of the match? Get your phone out and visit the Vaqueras social media. Share your images and use the hashtag #SomosVaqueras.
And welcome back in. Still 0-0 at the Doscosil Stadium. It'll be an Austin Rise goal kick after the Vaqueras tried getting a cross in and hit the side of the net.
looks like early the Rise trying to play out of their left side. Maybe that's something the coach talked about them during this water break. You can almost treat it as a mini halftime. So it's good for the players to catch your breath and the coaches to provide a little bit of tactical analysis mid-half. Almost like that it's a 4-quarter game at this point.
The Vaqueras trying to stay with it. Austin now adding more pressure than they were in the first half. Up top, they're number 16.
Yeah, they're moving the ball really well, especially to start after this water break. But they have been all game, I have to say. They seem like they've been positioned. A nice skill there by Emma Best. But they've been doing really well keeping position and kept Austin at bay for most of the part.
Now Austin trying to find that right side. Austin resetting, now with Tedemeyer.
And Tedemeyer is a defensive staple for them. Selected to the U15 national team as a kid. She plays her soccer at a Division I level, and she's going to be a top player. She was a top recruit in high school, 2024 ECNL All-American, one of the best goalkeepers in the country in her recruiting class.
Austin doing well to get out of that Vaquera pressure. Now driving through the left side, find their 10. The Vaqueras try switching it up. Referee raises his flag. It's the second offside of the game. First one for the Vaqueras.
Thank you to Prima for supporting the Vaqueras. And Zeta Law, representing good people when bad things happen.
A free kick for Austin at the 30-yard line. Just again, switching that ball, moving it back and forth.
Yeah, and despite it being a high school field, the field is quite wide. I have to say, I've played on high school pitches that are more narrow, and I played on just grass pitches in general that are more narrow. So this is something that we could see why they're playing a little more narrow, why they're playing through one side or the other. With the pitch being so wide, it's a lot of ground to cover, especially as these midfielders and outside backs get up and down. I think that's why we've kind of seen the Vaqueras shift more into the back four shape now to ask a little bit less of those wing backs.
And the Vaqueras try to find their right side, and just no one there. Seems like a wasted ball. Now a goal kick for Austin.
Yeah, and those balls are the right idea. I like the idea, but they have to be on the same page there. There has to be willing runners. And when a game like this comes on, obviously early in the game, you want to conserve your energy. You want to know when to run and when to stay back. But still, if you're not going to play that ball, if you're going to play that ball down the line, you need someone to run after, or you need to maintain possession of the ball, because it hurts your team way more when you're defending, especially in heat like this.
It'll be two substitutes coming on, number 13 and number 18 for the Austin Rise.
In the 33rd minute, substitutions for the Rise. These substitutions brought to you by BKB Energy.
I think so far the standout player for me on the pitch has been Emma Best. Number 7, she's controlled everything, I think, in the back, and she's been very sure-footed. She's provided opportunities up and down the left side, and I think if she continues to play this well, it's going to be hard for Austin to break through her. They haven't created maybe one opportunity, which was easily saved by Huber.
And coming off for Austin, it's number 18 and number 12.
Good work there from Sherika Virtue, a high school senior at Keller Central, playing for Villarreal's North Texas side, and apparently has an opportunity to go to Spain next year to play for the Villarreal women's youth team.
Now lands with the Vaqueras number 14, looking for their top. Number 19 takes a shot and out wide. For the shot, it seems like Grace Berry was offsides. First offsides for the Vaqueras. And it's interesting to see how the Vaqueras are playing so aggressively up top, kind of putting that pressure on, not letting Austin break through and staying tacked defensively, especially when they only have 2 substitutes on the bench. And coming on, it's number 17, Genevieve Dorasami.
Yeah, and I just saw their number 8, Sierra Padilla, made a run forward there from left back. And as a fullback myself, those runs can be exhausting. So I'm interested to see how much they're going to push forward. And it seems like she is the only left back pushing forward, with Alessandra Maldonado staying back a little more. And so that's why I say they kind of defend in a back 3 shape, because getting those forward runs out over and over again has to be exhausting as a fullback, especially with only 2 subs.
Austin finding their space on the left side. Their number 4 making a run, finds that pass. Gets there just as it goes out. It'll be a throw-in for the Vaqueras.
And interesting to see how that near side, the left side for the Vaqueras and right for Austin, plays out. As I mentioned, Padilla is also a defender and a center back, mainly playing left back today for St. Edwards, and she's going up against her teammate, actually. Her teammate in Ryan Jurgovic, another defender for St. Edwards. So it's almost like 2 friends colliding together over here on this near side. I just wonder here if the Vaqueras can look to open the play a little bit, provide a switching ball here as we see a lot of space. There's so many bodies here in and around that far side, and when we win the ball here, look, and there Austin tried to do is switch that play and open it up, and there we go. There's a lot of space here opening up on this far side.
Austin finding that subtle pass through the middle, now looking for that one up top.
Yeah, and that ball has to go to the feet for me, especially in conditions like these where it's hot and those over-the-top balls haven't been working. Playing to the feet, like we saw there, a nice little combination play, is going to be the key for both of these teams.
Substitution for the Vaqueras and for the Rise. These substitutions are brought to you by BKV Energy, proud sponsor of our starting 11. Also, be sure to visit Parati's Pizza with several locations in the Fort Worth area.
Coming off the pitch for the Vaqueras, it's number 13, Amaya Grace. And coming on at the top, it's number 3, Logan Holloway.
Thank you to Coca-Cola. Arch and Vessel, your shield against unexpected risk in Blue Water Pool.
And Maeve coming off for the Rise. Coming on for number 8. The Rise able to get one. Trying to get through, but Alessandra doing a good job to win that one back. Now driving through the middle. Tries finding the top. Gets to the right winger. Now at the top with the forward. They're number 3. A cut in using the back of her foot. Now on the right side, and it's an offside. Second one for the Vaqueras.
Yeah, that's a little unnecessary there. I think the run was there and the drive was good, and that's some good build up to the right side, but you have to make sure when you're in that position you're onside, especially when you have a promising attack like that. You just have to check your run, just check your shoulder. It takes 2 seconds. Get yourself back on side, and we'll try to whip a ball into that box.
The free kick is brought to you by by DoubleTree Hilton Fort Worth South, the official hotel of your Fort Worth Vaqueras.
Look at that voice from Andrew. I mean, Andrew's like you would think this guy is doing it at the big leagues with the NBA, MLB, MLS. But no, he's a lawyer.
Yeah, just another part of this amazing venue we have. We have a couple of amazing people here that could be doing this at such a higher level, at this professional level we could see them at. But they're here, you know, helping, building us up, and making this such a great experience for such a great club.
Austin's number 20 taking it in between two. Loses it, and now the Vaqueras with it, looking through their left side. Tries getting one up to their number 3, Logan Holloway, but it's lost. Now Austin with it, given back to the Vaqueras. Logan. Holloway taking it in between one. Now looking for their left side, number 14. Driving through the middle. Cleared out but picked up by Sierra Padilla. Now taking it through the goal line and just out. Austin gets a foot on it. After it goes out, and it'll be a goal kick for the Austin Rise.
Yeah, the initial cross has to come in a little earlier just to play it across the box. There was an open player there, just whipping it across the box there. Putting in that corridor of uncertainty is always better, you know. Could always end up with a deflection, an own goal, even a handball, but I'd take a corner there over losing the ball.
Substitution in the 41st minute for the Vaqueras.
Coming on, it's number 10, Bella Martinez.
Yeah, Bella Martinez is an exciting player. Plays to her Division I soccer at the University of Oklahoma Sooners. She didn't see any playing time this year, but as a freshman, that's expected at such a high-level team. And you have to think just being around that environment of Division I talent at a school such as prestigious as Oklahoma, you have to think that she's learned a lot that she can use to help her with the Vaqueras this summer.
Now the Vaqueras with it. Number 14 takes her shot, deflected off. Now inside the box, Austin with it. Looking for a pass out, finds it. Vaqueras win it back, play it back. And done well to keep the ball, now with Emma Best.
Yeah, and it was Sherika Virtue again stepping in to start that counterattack. Her press has been really good, and I don't believe she's come off either. So playing 45 minutes or 42 minutes now in that midfield has to be exhausting.
Trying to find their right side, but just a little too hard, and it'll go out. So goal kick for Austin.
I think the Vaqueras are giving the ball a little bit too easily back to Austin. I would say they're definitely in control of this match. I haven't seen Austin get past midfield very often in this match so far, but just those through balls are lacking just a little bit of quality or a little bit of patience, and they need to find that last incisive ball with a little bit of quality, and I think they can create some strong attacking opportunities from that and really test the goal of Tessmeyer.
Referee raises his flag, but a great slide tackle to stay on top of that. It'll be an offsides. The Vaqueras staying with it, done a good job defensively to not allow any scoring opportunities for the Rise.
And the Rise have been looking for those opportunities too. They're not just sitting back, they're trying to play those through balls, but every ball so far, aside from maybe one or two, have been easily cut out by the defense. And I would put that down more to the good defense of the Vaqueras rather than a problem with the Rise.
And you love to see an exciting start, an exciting season, an exciting first half, especially representing the Fort Worth community. The community's coming out here today and showing their support. And it seems like a driving force for these Vaqueras to stay on top, not disappoint kind of the fan base for coming out and really showing what they're made of, especially against opponents that they almost lost, or that they did lose to twice last year.
Yeah, another wasteful ball there. Almost had it though. But to your point about the Vaqueras, yeah, I mean, it's a great community, and you have to think, you know, some of these girls are younger, and as a 17, 18-year-old kid, you have to think about having your family, having the whole community out to support you has to boost you a little bit. And just being around this great environment, this great city, this great club, while the Vaqueras only been around for 2 years, you know, the Fort Worth Vaqueros, their brother club, been around for such a long time, and there's such a great stigma surrounding this club and a great fan base that come out and support them, not only the Vaqueras, but the Vaqueros as well. You have to think that definitely is a driving force to wanting the Vaqueras to have a strong season.
Now Austin building it through the left side, looking for their first attack. Now with their 18, takes the shot and just wide. An easy one for the Vaqueras defense.
Yeah, and that's the first time I've really seen the Vaqueros stretched here. Just a little bit of a good play by Austin, in combination of just a poorly timed step, and it's a good play to open the combination up. I just wonder if she could have found maybe one more pass out wide to create just a little more space for Austin.
And now coming on for the Vaqueras, it's Genevieve Durasami. Coming off with a little bit of a limp and bleeding on the left thigh. Can't see her number from our viewpoint.
That's a number 11, Piper Garcia. Yeah, the only bad thing about playing on turf as well is it's so dry, especially in a hot day like this one, and that can lead to a couple of unfortunate turf burns, and I'm sure anyone that's played this game ever on turf knows about that first hit, and I'm sure tonight when she's sitting at home it's going to burn when she has to wash it off.
And it's a Vaqueras throw-in. Referees now playing that extra time, that extra 3 minutes that had that running clock throughout the water break. The Vaqueras now with it, looking for another attack before the half ends. Finds their right side, and the referee raises his flag. It'll be the third offside for the Vaqueras.
It's going to be a free kick for the Rise.
And that's, I believe, the second and third time it's happened on that right side. They just have to watch their run just a little bit because they're looking very positive now, building to that right side, even more than their left side as they were earlier. So they can just check those runs just a little bit more. I think that can lead to some dangerous attacking opportunities here for the Vaqueras. Well defended there again by Best. And that's the ball there that just needs a little bit more quality. I love the idea there from the Vaqueras, and they've really been putting those balls in all half. And I think just a little more quality, maybe playing to the feet or just taking a little bit off of it would help. And it'll be interesting to see going into the second half. The wind has died down a little bit, but maybe going against that wind will just hold those balls up enough and actually end up benefiting the Vaqueras. Good shot there from the Vaqueras. That was number 10, Bella Martinez.
Reminder that our goal kicks tonight are brought to you by Astoria Crossing, new manufactured homes only minutes from Fort Worth, starting at under $100,000.
And it looks like both sides now will just be content to end the half in a draw and go back into halftime and just talk tactics and see. as there's the halftime whistle.
And the first 45 in the books, 0-0. The Vaqueras facing the Rise. Keep it steady and come out with a grit and a new sense of pride, especially with only 2 substitutes on the bench. It's currently 87 degrees here in Fort Worth, and they've been able to show they can level with a raw roster full of Division I talent from the Rise. Your thoughts, Noah?
Yeah, honestly, a great half of football so far. The Vaqueras and Rise have been pretty even so far. I think the Vaqueras may have a little bit of the upper hand, and I think they're doing really well with pressing them, not giving them a lot of space in the middle, and the Rise are struggling with that, and they're struggling to cope with it. But on the flip side, I think the Rise are also defending as well as the Vaqueras are. They haven't had any clear-cut opportunities on goal, and I think that's something that they can definitely pick up on for both teams, taking advantage of those opportunities. And I think a player from each team that is kind of leading for it, I think Emma Best has been the standout player so far for the Vaqueras, holding it down out there in the back. And I think for the Rise, it's going to be Emma Torres, their number 10. She's probably their most dangerous player over there on that right wing. So getting her the ball and getting some attacking chances for her is going to be big in this second half.
And now at the break, come back for the second half for some more WPSL action on the Vaqueras platform on YouTube. And welcome back into the Dos Casillas Stadium. It's Era's Day for the Vaqueras, Star Wars Night for the Vaqueros, the Fort Worth Vaqueras, and the Austin Rise currently at a standstill. It's 0-0. And there have been some defensive mistakes from Austin's back line. In the 4th minute, there was a defensive mishap and deflection that landed in the 6-yard box, but didn't end up in anything dangerous. Defensively, the Vaqueras have been holding themselves and haven't allowed Austin to create a dangerous opportunity in front of the goal, and even then, their shots from outside the box have landed on target, and they've gone straight into the hands of Addison Huber. The rest have just skidded out. Noah, what can we expect from both of these teams coming into the second half?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a great first half from both teams. We learned a lot about how they want to play, and I think they learned a lot about each other as well. And I think the key difference for both of these teams is who's going to be a little more clinical and who's going to have the quality to find that final ball. We've seen a lot of promising attacks from the Vaqueras mainly, but a few from Austin as well. But we've seen just a little bit of lack of quality in that final third. So in this second half, I'm going to be looking out for the quality in the final third and some of those through balls in this half. Austin have looked for a lot of those over-the-top balls, and they haven't really been working out for them. Now with the wind at their back, I'm going to see if maybe those balls over the top work a little bit better or still prove, like we saw with the Vaqueras in the first half, to be just a little bit too far now. So it's about finding that happy medium in between it here with these long balls. And of course, interesting to see how this heat plays a factor as we go later into the night.
Yeah, no, and you would think, I mean, it's 6:15 right now, that the heat would start to die out a little bit. It's still at 87 degrees, and the Fort Worth Vaqueras only have 2 substitutes on the bench. They'll be starting off with the ball, and we'll see how their kind of play style changes. In the first half, they were able to really make a strong presence in the Rise's half, and the Rise just hasn't been able to get out of it much. We'll see how the Vaqueras now play kind of on their side, if they decide to keep with that pressure up top, or if they want to kind of lay low, die down, especially now with the wind kind of going against them.
Yeah, all I can say for the heat is welcome to Texas. It's going to be 85 degrees here, so probably about 9 or 10 o'clock at night. But in terms of the substitutions, I have to say, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they play a part. We saw late on in the second half, Piper Garcia came off with what looked to be a small injury due to turf burn and a potential slide tackle. She's on the pitch right now, but I'll be interested to see how that plays in, because the Vaqueras really cannot afford to go down to only 1 sub for the rest of this game.
Yeah, I mean, if you're really like looking to playing at a high level, you're playing a semi-pro level right now. You've played soccer your whole life, and it's something that you've got to get used to.
Yeah, of course, here we see a wayward ball by Emma Best, but looks like the Vaqueras are going to start to be a little more attacking. They haven't passed the ball around the back here in the first minute as they did in the last half, and both teams seem like they're going at it a little bit more, which is, can't say surprising after a 0-0 standstill, but still a little bit surprising knowing how the teams played in the first half.
The Vaqueras look for their right winger, nothing there. Austin now at the top, gets ahead on it. Now looking for an opportunity, cleared out.
Yeah, and these balls out of the back from the Vaqueras are going to have to be driven or low to the ground, as we see a through ball here work out. But with the wind at their back now, it's going to be much harder for these clearances to go far.
Now Vaqueras left winger takes the right back, takes her shot. That becomes an easy one for Tedemeyer.
Yeah, and that's much better from the Vaqueras already, creating probably the best chance of the game, I would say, so far with the strong ball. A little bit of a late tackle there. But that was a great opportunity. They really exploited that left side, which is the side they wanted to go down earlier. So I'm interested to see. We saw a lot of the attack build down this near side here. The left side for the Vaqueras and the right side for Austin Rise. So I'm interested to see if we see that trend remain, or maybe they'll switch side and play more towards this near touchline.
Vaqueras
try and get it out, but the Austin rise to the top. Vaqueras now playing through their left wing.
Great ball.
Finding a place in the box. Takes one, and Austin gets a foot on it. Vaqueras trying to win it back. They do so. It's their number 14. In the box, lays it off. Cut inside, cross to the middle, and up wide. It goes up and over.
Wow, what an opportunity there. She was maybe 3 yards in front of the goal, but I think Austin just did enough to push her off. But that's so much better from the Vaqueras in terms of quality. They're missing that final ball like they were last time, but this time they added that cross and they added that dangerous ball into the 6-yard box, the area of danger. And I liked how far forward the left back got there. I believe that's number 8, Sierra Padilla. And if she can keep making those runs, I think that's going to cause a lot of problems for Austin, an overload on that left side.
Now Austin's number 12 just trying to keep the ball, lays it off. Austin lets it go early. Now they're 15 in the box. Looks for a cross. No one there. And it goes out.
Another dangerous opportunity, though. That's probably the best ball Austin had put in all night. And we've only 5 minutes into the second half. I think we're going to be in for a exciting and riveting second half of football, especially with how this game has started so far. But it's going to be interesting to see how they manage the workload, especially from the Vaqueras. You can see their Padilla's a little bit tired, obviously, after that 70-yard sprint up the field and a 100-yard sprint back. So it's going to be interesting to see if they maybe slow down the tempo a little bit here. Nice ball.
Yeah, no, it's interesting you mentioned football. It's all the new fans out there kind of watching how we basically scored a field goal. We're not playing American football here. Now number 3 for the Vaqueras, and a crunching tackle by number 8 for the Rise. It's clean, and it's a throw-in for the Vaqueras.
That's a great tackle there. Great recovery challenge. But again, that was a nice little combination ball there in the midfield to create an opportunity.
Now number 19 takes her shot. And the wind's driving it crazy. I swear that was going on target.
Yeah, out for a throw-in is never what you want to see when you release a shot, but at least they're shooting and creating a lot more opportunities than they did in the first half.
The wind must be so strong.
Maybe that's why it was a field goal.
And a mistake. A throw-in that ends up being a missed chance. Lays it off to the top of the box. A little bit too hard, takes the shot inside, lets it go in between her legs. Nothing happening there. And a wasted opportunity.
That's one you have to put in the back of the net. You don't get many of those a game. You maybe get 1 or 2, and we've seen 2 golden chances for the Vaqueras, and you have to wonder, are they going to be punished for not taking those chances? Yeah, it was Logan Holloway with that chance. She ended up playing Division II soccer at Lubbock Christian University, and she has good chemistry with Genevieve Dorasami, who I believe is on the pitch right now as well. So we can see if that chemistry comes in, but she's had 2 golden chances here so far in the half, and it's going to be interesting to see if she's going to able to capitalize, because the next chance has to go in for the Vaqueras. There's not going to be many of more of those.
Yeah, no, that's something you just can't let go. I mean, she got past the keeper made a mistake, and she had an empty goal. It doesn't make sense as to why she wouldn't have taken that shot, why she wouldn't have even done anything to just get that ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, and not to be too critical of her. I know sometimes that ball is just bouncing and just won't set down for you, which is what it appeared to do for her there, but the layoff was there as well, just they couldn't come up with the follow-up. The Vaqueras, the next chance they have, they definitely need to take it, though, because they're going to rue these missed opportunities here if Austin end up taking one.
It's going to be a free kick for the Vaqueras. The free kick is brought to you by DoubleTree Group in Fort Worth South.
Taking the free kick, it's number 11, Piper Garcia. Gets across into the middle. Vaquera falls, nothing called. Ball still bouncing. Header, brought down with number 5. Still with her. Rolls over. And played out well by Austin. Now driving through the left side, now in the middle. Looks to be a 2-on-2. Number 15 lays it on. To their striker, number 12, trying to take it in between, and an easy one.
I just don't know if that was the right pass option there. I think she had some space out wide. You're forcing the pass a little bit too much there. You have numbers coming up with you. I think just take that space a little more to the right side. Make the Vaqueras run a little more instead of giving the ball back so easy. Nice touch there. This has definitely been a better start to the half from the forward Vaqueras. I would say they're knocking on the door here. They just need that one opportunity to fall in, and they're not getting them. It's not like they're not getting them. They definitely are getting them. They're falling inside the 6-yard box. That's 2 chances now inside the 6-yard box, and there wasn't any of those in the first half. Now we'll see an early sub for the Vaqueras.
Coming on, it's Amaya Grace.
And you have to think as Logan Holloway comes off, she is going to be ruining some of those chances that she missed in the box. And maybe they're just going to see if Grace can provide maybe that cutting-edge finishing that they need that Holloway just couldn't find in the second half. And the wind definitely is still blowing here as we just have some of our signage blow over. So the wind is still definitely being a factor. But it looks like it might be blowing a little bit more sideways here. A little bit left to right action as well as north to south.
Now 17 for Austin. Takes her shot, lays off. Now with 19, who takes the half volley, and it goes out wide.
Best chance of the game for Austin so far.
A little scare from Adley.
Goal kick for the Vaqueras.
It's a good look there. Just a loose ball that she pounced upon and just dragged it wide of the post. Tried to curl it in to that right corner, but I think Huber had it covered anyway. It's interesting to see how Huber is going to take this season. She came back from a torn ACL, which is never an easy injury to come back from. As you can see, that right knee is wrapped up. So it's going to be interesting to see. This is some of her first in-game action since that injury. She didn't see any playtime this year at Colorado State. So it's going to be interesting to see how can she compete with that knee coming back from an injury and not being used to that competitive environment. But I think so far she stepped up to the task.
And how you just mentioned, the center back didn't want to play it back to her, and it could potentially be, hey, let's not risk that knee. You're our only goalkeeper right now. They've only got 2 subs on the bench, and you don't see a keeper on there. So you need to keep your keeper safe. You got to keep her in good hands and not risk any potential to get yourself injured and just keep herself into the game.
Yeah, that's definitely a scary thing to only have one goalkeeper on the bench. Austin had that as well. And like in this league, a semi-professional league, you know, players are all constantly moving around. The rosters are fluid. The Vaqueros are missing a couple of their key players, and I'm sure Austin are as well. So it comes a question of not who's the better team, but who can adapt to change and overcome the challenges that this league faces. It looks like neither team has changed their formation in this half. However, the Vaqueras look like they're defending a little deeper, providing some extra support here. They're playing almost with a 4-5-1 substitution.
Coming on, it's number 17, Genevieve Dorisami. And coming off, it's number 6, Daisy Ruiz. And a mistake from the back line. The Vaqueros trying to prioritize, nothing happening.
Yeah, that was Grace Berry there, and I think she almost thought it was a foul. She kind of stopped there for a second. But, you know, ever since a young age, you're taught to play to the whistle. I think if she would have played a little harder there, she might have been on the end of that ball. Oh, great ball.
Now Austin finds the right winger in the race. But well read by Addison Huber.
And that's what we saw from the Vaqueras in the first half. Those balls just drifting a little further due to the wind we have. And it looked like it just picked up a gust there. So that's something that Austin are going to have to keep in mind. Maybe playing these balls a little more on the ground or taking a little bit of pace off of them while still playing enough power on the ball to get it past the back line. Looks like Austin's getting a change ready for them. Maive Conerti plays her soccer at Hardin-Simmons University, a sophomore from Georgetown, Texas, looking to put an impact on the game here for Austin.
Free kick for the Vaqueras. Free kick brought to you by Double Tree Hilton, Fort Worth South.
Now the Vaqueras driving through the left side. Tries laying it off just a little too hard and inaccurate. It'll be a goal kick for the Rise.
Yeah, and coming now is Conerti. She played 17 games this season for the Cowboys out in Abilene, so you have to think another experienced player, a player that knows how to play in these conditions, in this heat. And I think as she comes on here in that left wing role, she's going to be looking for those over-the-top balls to chase them behind, and she got one there.
The Rise doing well to control the tempo, keep that ball down. Now finding their left wing.
Yeah, now the game has gone a little bit more even, I would say. The Vaqueros were definitely on top of that in the first 10 minutes with those two missed chances that they had. But now the game is a little more back and forth like we saw in the first half. Here comes an overlapping run here from Padilla.
Now Padilla with the ball on the left side. Austin defender able to get the tip of her foot on it.
And that's a great tackle from Ryan Gurkovich.
And a shot out wide.
Yeah, those are chances you don't mind as a player, you know, test the keeper, but with this wind against you from maybe 35 yards out, it's going to take a special strike to trouble any keeper of any level, especially one of the level of Tetzemeyer.
In the 63rd minute. Substitution for the Vaqueras.
Coming back on, it's number 6. Daisy Ruiz, and coming off, number 18. Correction, number 10, Bella Martinez. The Rise just building it through the right side. Picked up by the Vaqueras, now looking for a way in between. Find the right side, number 17, Genevieve Dorasami, who's now looking for the front. and no one makes the run. An easy pickup. Tedemeyer.
And it's going to be interesting to see how Ted Meyer kind of plays out the rest of this game. She was a redshirt this year at Mississippi State, so it's going to be interesting. Does she have that experience to be able to control a game and see it out at this high level, especially in a position like goalkeeper?
And find their onside winger. It's number 4, just a little too hard, and it goes out. A throw-in for the Vaqueras, and it's good to see that now it's your opening game, your home opener for the Vaqueras, and you're able to hold yourself well. It's the second official WPSL season for the Vaqueras, their Lone Star Conference opener, and they're doing well against an opponent that they lost to twice last season with over 2+ goals. Next, the Vaqueras are going to be facing South Star FC, Texas Lone Star on the 5th of June. South Star is coming next week on Friday. After that, they'll be facing FC Dallas and South Star again on the 13th of June. And they'll be ending their season against Austin Rise. They started it with Austin Rise, and they'll be ending it against Austin Rise. We'll see the growth and development of all of these players under the time span of a season. And now on a breakaway, in front of the goal, takes the shot. And it's well picked up by Tedemeyer, who comes off of her line and is able to block that one from
Kaylee Wynn. There was the shot. The D1 plays her Division I soccer at the University of Central Arkansas, played 16 games this year. So you have to think she has a lot of experience. She's a junior midfielder playing up in a little more attacking role, and maybe just a little bit of that midfielder coming out there, not that clinical finishing we would see of a forward. She had an option to even lay it off there. There was a great run made by Amaya Grace, but I don't fault her for taking that shot at all. Just needs to see a little bit more clinicalness from the Vaqueras. Another chance has gone missing.
the Vaqueras laid off to their number 17. Dorisami looking for her way in between two. Can't get it through.
Yeah, and the problem with having a limited squad is sometimes you have to play players a little bit out of position. Some of these girls in the forward line are midfielders by trade, and being asked to do a winger's task is hard for any player, much less players coming off a college season and tired. You know, they're tired. They're trying to find their bodies in a system they don't know too well. So that's definitely something to keep in account of as we see some of these girls maybe look a little rusty in some unnatural positions.
Yeah, no, and it'll be good to see how they kind of grow over this season, and especially against this exact team. It'll be against Austin Rise at the end of their regular season. We'll see how both teams can develop and maybe see if we can get some more clinical ability up top and potentially a better results that can lead to more goals. Kicked up, looking for their right winger. It's Austin for the races. And it goes out.
Yeah, and as we take into the 67th minute here, I have to say that Austin are playing much better in terms of defensive. I think they look a little more assured at the back. Obviously, we had that one mishap with the goalkeeper. But I have to say they're looking a little stronger defensively. Just those through balls, like I mentioned earlier, that would be a little bit of an issue, and they were an issue for the Vaqueras in the first half. They just are traveling a little bit too far, and they're a good idea, but if you're playing those balls, you need to play them across the ground a little more steady, or the wind's going to carry them out of bounds like we've seen on several occasions here for Austin.
In the 68th minute, substitution for the Vaqueras.
Coming on, it's Logan Holloway.
Yeah, she'll be wanting to make right some of those missed chances she had earlier in this half, and I'm hoping that she can put one back and end back the net for the Vaqueras.
She'll be coming on for number 13, Amaya Grace. Austin takes the shot, and it's in.
for the Rise.
Into the bottom right corner. Number 21 for the Rise had their first shot. Kylie Snell from the University of Auburn, a Division I player, took her shot from around 20 to 25 yards away and got it under the hands of Addison Huber.
Yeah, and I think that's very much against the run of play, I would say. I think the Vaqueras have been on the front foot so far coming in this game. But when you have that Division I quality and clinicalness of a player like Snell, that's what you have to expect. You know, the Vaqueras are going to rue some of those missed chances. There's still 20 minutes left to play. I think they can definitely still get an opportunity. But at this level, when you don't take your chances, you are going to get punished, especially when you have players of Snell's quality on the opposition.
We'll see how the Vaqueras respond. Austin now building it up through the left side. Still putting up some pressure from the Vaqueras. Trying to create another chance. Now it's their number 3.
And it's going to be important for the Vaqueras here not to panic. They still have plenty of time as we see a long shot. But they still have plenty of time here not to panic. Don't rush any shots. Just play the way you've been playing. You've been on top of the game. You just need one more chance to fall your way, and this game's even. So I think if I'm the Vaqueras coach, if I'm Coach Bernal here, I'm just telling the players to calm down, keep playing their game, and not to panic too much. That was a one-off chance that Austin took well, but that doesn't mean the game's still one-sided.
A hard challenge ends up becoming a foul and a free kick for the Rise.
Yeah, I have to say the ref has let the game play. It's been a pretty even game on both sides. We've seen a couple of hard challenges. It's obviously going to be a hard-fought game. It's your home opener in the Lone Star Conference. Neither of these teams want to start off their campaign with a loss. And I have to say the referee has managed it well, especially the sideline officials as well, calling these offsides.
A cross goes into the hands of Huber. Huber lays it off, now on the right side. Defended well by the Rise.
Yeah, it's a great tackle there from Emma Torres, giving them a lot from the front and the back. She's been quiet in this first half as the ball's going to be swung out wide to her, but I'm going to see if she can be the determining factor here late in this game for Austin, if she can put a goal, because I think the next goal really is critical in this match. If we see one, a goal here for Austin puts the game, I would say, to bed. It's going to be hard for a 2-goal comeback for the Vaqueras, but a goal from the Vaqueras will put this game right back to where it's at, a hard-fought, competitive match.
The Vaqueras win it back. Takes the shot.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that shot there. That's just what I said. A little bit of panic is starting to set in, a little bit of rush. But if you've seen here, you had 2 players on the right side wide open. There was a run from the right back, Maldonado, and number 17, Genevieve Durasami, was there as well. And you can see if they just had a little bit more composure, they could have created a better shot opportunity than was there. They're panicking just a little bit. They need to just get some composure, calm down. There's still plenty of game to be played. Probably about 20 minutes left in this game.
Thrown in now, the Vaqueras just calmly trying to win it through the right side. Given away. And nothing called. The Vaqueras get it up. But the left back for the Rise is able to get her head on it just before Logan Holloway can get there.
Yeah, and I think for the Vaqueras now, they want to keep them in this half. They did it earlier in the first half as well as this half too. I think just keep the rise here, keep them pinned back. It's so much more tiring defending than it is attacking. Don't give them cheap balls. Keep the ball, keep possession of the ball. Play like you're ahead. Play like you're the one that wants to put the game to bed. And I think Austin might start to crumble under some of that pressure, especially as we take on into the 75th minute.
Reminder, stick around after this match for the men's match.
Now the Vaqueras find an opening through the left side, takes the shot and a deflection.
The men will take on the Lubbock Matadors at 7:30.
Yeah, and they're really creating that overload on that left side. That's Padilla again getting forward into the box. And when they create that overload, they seem like they're putting more players in the box too. I believe there's 8 players now in Austin Rise's box. So they're really going for it now. They might be susceptible to counters, but that's what you have to do at this stage in the game.
Curled in. Going to the middle, get a head on it.
Yeah, that's a good ball in there from, I believe that's Piper Garcia over there on the far left side. But you see there was a short option as well. I'm interested to see if they're going to take that a short option again or if they're going to whip it into the box.
Whipped into the box. Keeper gets her hands on it. Vaqueros try to win it back. Now with Austin's 21, lays it off. Austin's number 4 on a breakaway. One-on-one, Vaquera behind her. Drives to her right. And done well by Emma Best to get herself in front of Austin's number 4 and not allow her to continue her run.
Yeah, and she kept the ball as well. That's brilliant defending from Best. Looks like there's just a little bit of communication there at the top of the box for the Vaqueras. It looked like it was Alessandra Maldonado who tried to take the volley, and one of her players and her just had a miscommunication, and that's something that you can't have because it leads to counterattacks like that, especially at this stage. One more game would put the goal to bed for Austin.
And the referee blows his whistle for the girls' water break. It'll be around 2 to 3 minutes long. Come back for the 4th quarter and final segment of this matchup between the Vaqueras and the Rise. Still 0-0. Or, correction, it is 1-0. The Rise scored off of a half volley from Kylie Snell from around 25 yards out. Come back to watch the final segment on YouTube.
If your house could talk, what would it say?
You rely on me to keep your lights on and your gadgets charged. But what happens when the power goes out? I can't do it alone. I need backup.
Call A1 Air during our Season to Save sales event and get a reliable home generator installed today. Save up to $3,000 on a new generator system. Don't wait. Keep your power on all season long.
Gotta love that backup.
Guaranteed right, day or night.
And welcome back in, everyone, on the Vaqueras YouTube channel. We're at the Dos Casillas Stadium. Currently 1-0 for the Rise. The Rise getting a shot off from around 25 yards out. It was Kylie Snell, the Division I player from the University of Auburn. She took her shot and it went to the left corner under the hands of Huber. There's a few missed chances from the Vaqueras, and we'll see if it'll affect them now in the final segment. We'll see if the Vaqueras can get themselves on the score sheet and hold themselves off against the Rise.
Yeah, if I'm in that talk for the Vaqueras at this water break, I'm telling the girls, hey, just remain calm. You've been the better team this game. Just keep calm and keep playing the ball around. Don't make mistakes like that as we see Austin on the attack.
Now it's Austin's number 10. Done well by Emma Best. Seems like the best thing she's been doing is her defense. Just unable to just let anyone through her. Now the Vaqueras looking for that opportunity up at the top, but Austin's just a little quick.
Yeah, and on the flip side, if I'm in Austin's huddle there, I'm there to say, you are the better team here, and you just got to maintain your composure. Just play the way you've been playing. You've already kept a clean sheet for 75 minutes. Just keep playing well, keep a hold of the ball, and don't make any silly chances or any simple mistakes that will cost you the game.
Vaqueras now trying to win their one back as it bleeds to the outside. A throw-in now.
It'll be interesting to see if the Vaqueras utilize their subs here in the last 10 minutes, put some fresh legs on, or if they want to keep the chemistry of the players they have on the pitch right now. You don't want to be subbed out too much as a player. If you're subbed out every 5 or 10 minutes, it's going to put a lot of stress on the communication and coherency you have of the team.
Austin driving through the middle, find their forward. Done well by Huber to come off of her line and get that one up just before their forward was able to get a shot off.
Yeah, it looks like the Vaqueras have shifted back into their back three shape here. They've gone more attacking. They are playing now it looks like a 3-1-2 or a 3-1-4-3 almost, the kind of shape they're playing here. They have a defensive holding mid, and then they have 3 almost attacking midfielders flanked by their wingers and striker. They're definitely going after a little bit more, but that's going to make them more susceptible to the counter.
Austin.
Yeah, that ball was on there. Good interception by Best again.
Now the Vaqueras trying to build it out through the left side.
Yeah, correction. It looks like the Vaqueras are playing a 3-4-3 kind of shape. 4 people in the middle with 2 holding mids. They're going to look to drive forward through the wings and overload the sides now. It looks like they've been doing really good of overloading that left here as we see a ball go through.
Find it on the left side. Now checks over her shoulder. Looking for that cross. Drives in. Finds her 19 as she tries to take the shot with her left. And Austin gets that one out.
That's a big win right there from the defense, but it looks like Maldonado might have picked up a little knock there. They don't have enough subs in order to sub out their defense, so must hope she's okay. It's a good step by Padilla there as well. She's been really rock solid over there on that left side. Provide a lot going forward. Just haven't found that final ball. But if she gets one more opportunity, you have to think that she'll want to make the most of it.
Austin keeping it in. Vaqueras win it back, now driving through the middle. Try to get to their 15. Austin wins it back.
Yeah, that's Sherika Virtue. She's been more quiet this half. In the first half, she was everywhere, pressing, running all about, and you have to think maybe in this second half, did she lose a little bit of that gas in the first half from all that pressing? She's been a little bit quieter in the first half than in the first half, and I think if she can just give a little more with that press, winning the ball off, it can create one more chance for the Vaqueras on the attack.
Austin driving through the middle, find their 4 inside the box. Now through the left side, takes a step on it, but too far. It'll be a goal kick for the Vaqueras.
Yeah, that was a good ball to Canerti, but you just think the wind blew the ball just a little much, and now we're seeing why those Vaqueras balls that maybe weren't going through in the first half. This wind must be affecting them down the pitch way more than we think. There's 20, 30-mile gusts going on right now, and you have to think, how are they going to play out the rest of this game with that wind at their back as we see a long goal kick here? A ball to the face of Piper Garcia.
Austin in front of the box, takes her shot, and saved by Huber.
Yeah, I think Huber's been really good. Her distribution as well has been great, getting them up the pitch. Just an unfortunate goal that went in that she just couldn't reach.
Now finding a gap in the middle, it's number 6. Stays with it. Now lays it off to 15. Now on the left side, driving it into the middle, and a slide tackle that goes off of the legs.
Yeah, that's an absolutely brilliant tackle there from Ryan Jerkovic. She's been great over here on that right side, and just sliding in a way that does the ball to bounce off of her opponent's player. That's a great tackle, and that's a big one to give a confidence booster as we take here with maybe only about 5 minutes left to play.
Thrown in for the Vaqueros, number 15. Gets cleared out, now lands with number 5. Given over to Best. Best looking for an opportunity up top.
It's a good ball there.
Laid off and tackled. It'll be another throw-in for the Vaqueras. Now on the left flank.
Another good tackle by Jerkovic there. She's showing a little bit of her seniority there, a senior at St. Edwards. With her second big tackle in the span of about 2 minutes. Now it looks like the Vaqueras are just playing 2 at the back almost. And they have everyone else going forward. As you see, the shape they have here is almost like a 2, 3, 5.
There'll be 2 substitutions coming on for the Austin Rise now in the 88th minute. The Rise currently up 1-0 against the Fort Worth Vaqueras.
And it'll be interesting to see what kind of subs these are. Are these like-for-like changes, or are these some more defensive substitutions? They might be staying in the same position as these players, but maybe there's some more defensively minded players that know how to get stuck in a little more and win those challenges.
And Austin's number 10 wins it. But Huber was there to pick it up.
Yeah, and Best did just enough there to push her off. You have to think she must be getting tired now. 89 minutes of being rock solid at the back. One mistake can let up a goal, and she knows that there. She just does enough to put off Emma Torres.
Free kick for the Vaqueras.
Again, another good ball from Huber. Well on there. And she still has it.
Cleared out by Tedemeyer.
And she looked a little shaky on that clearance. If I'm the Vaqueras, I'm going to keep playing those balls through that channel to try to settle a little unrest there, because it's never nice to deal with a ball when you have two girls running full speed at your face, especially in the 90th minute.
Austin now looking for attack. Lets it go. Vaqueras win it back. Still on their right side. Looking for a way up. And it goes out. Correction still in play. Vaqueras try and play it through the right.
Time is kept on the pitch.
Yeah,
Hits the 90-minute mark and should be around 3 minutes left.
Yeah, and the girls just look a little bit tired here. This is one of the last attacks for the Vaqueras. They got to make something happen here. This is probably going to be the last attack for the Vaqueras. I would send everyone up here if I'm them.
For one of the final chances for the Vaqueras. Lobbed into the box. Headed out by Austin. Now with Emma Best. Around 40 yards out. Bodied and off of hers. It'll be a throw-in for the Rise. Near the half.
Yeah, great play there by Torres just to put pressure on Best. Win the throw and then possibly win the game for the Austin Rise.
Referees indicating approximately 4 minutes of stop time.
As we heard there from the stadium, there'll be about 3 to 4 minutes left of the game. So the Vaqueras have almost a little more time than they think, but you have to think they need to get a goal as they send literally everyone forward here. Everyone is past the Rise 40, correction, the 35, except the free kick taker. But it just rolls a little long for the Vaqueras. Yeah, the Vaqueras just look tired. You have to say it's been 90 minutes in the Texas heat, and it's starting to show from both teams here, just getting a little sloppy.
Now the Vaqueras number 14 around 20 yards out. It's lost. Austin trying to keep that one in. Off of the body of a Vaquera, and it'll be a throw-in for the Rise. Now number 10, basically at the penalty spot, takes her shot, and it's just wide. Goes out through the left side of the goal. It was number 10, Emma Torres.
Yeah, that would have put the game to bed there.
Not much time left for the Vaqueras if they want to tie it up and start their season on a tie.
Good touch there by Coach Allison.
Now in the middle. Number 15 in the box. And the Vaqueras try to cross. And the referee blows the whistle. The game ends over hard. Austin Rise won.
Vaqueras fans, that's the match. The final. Austin Rise 1. Your Vaqueras 0. Stick around. The men should kick in about 25 minutes as they take on the Lubbock Matadors. A reminder for the men's game, it's Star Wars night.
The game ends over hard. Austin Rise 1, the Vaqueras 0. To recap the scoring, it was Kylie Snell with a half volley from around 25 yards out, and it went right into the left corner under the hands of Huber. With that, the game ends at 1-0 for the Rise. Your thoughts, Noah?
Yeah, it was a great game played by both sides, and I think the Vaqueras were the better team, so they'll feel a little hard done today. They missed a couple of golden chances early in the second half. On this windy day, you have to take those chances, but the goal by Kylie Snell ends up being the difference, and I think she was the best player on the pitch for Austin Rise. But a special shout-out to Emma Best for her solid defensive performance. I think there's a lot of positives to take here if you're a Fort Worth Vaqueras fan. Going into the rest of the season, and it's going to be interesting to see how they come back and play against the Rise on the final day of the season.
The next match for the Fort Worth Vaqueras is this upcoming Thursday against South Star at Pioneer Soccer Stadium at 7 p.m. Meanwhile, the Austin Rise are up against FC Dallas next Saturday at 7 p.m. in the Drive Pink Stadium for the Toros home opener. Again, come on out and see the Vaqueras take on the Stars at the Pioneer Soccer Stadium this upcoming Thursday. And thanks to the staff here at Nolan, our public address announcer, Andrew Decker, our technical director, Ethan Pratt, and Mark Foster on camera. And of course, our new analyst, Noah Barron. This is Alessandro Vasquez again. The final score tonight, Austin 1, Fort Worth 0. Thank you for watching the Fort Worth Vaqueras soccer all around the world on our platform. Stay classy.